Hi guys, how's it? Kia ora to my Kiwi whanau, g'day to my anyone else or even my Aussie followers. Howdy, howdy, howdy from a much more comfortable Texas temperature. It got up to like 32 today. That'd be like 89, 90 for my American followers, but just great weather. Obviously I'm not out in the elements as much, in the office doing my thing on a PC all day. Getting those Excel sheets looking nice and keen for the bosses and whatnot. But man, as you can see, URC Rugby is back with a vengeance. Season 2. Last season, could not really cover it here. To watch it here in North America was going to be about $150, which is what I spent on a Flosports subscription. I just couldn't justify it. And, they're not a partner, but if you live here in the U.S., Flosports is the spot to go, man. We've got URC, we got the Rugby Championship, we got Bunnings, we got Curry Cup, Collegiate Rugby. They're also showing French Rugby, the Pro 14, Pro 12, or whatever it's called, their top 12. God, I should probably know that, but I just actually watched a game in it earlier, had to turn the commentary off. Pretty rough English commentary there, but man, like that French rugby, it's kind of like the Premiership, but even better. Lot more imports, a lot more. It's seeing the former Italian great Sergio Parisi, Antoine Dupont. So I guess I was watching RC Toulon, and I can't even pronounce the name of the other team. That's the only thing that's bad. I'm not too good at saying French things. I apologize. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about URC North America. If you want to watch it, Flosports subscription, it's worth it. Trust me. And even me, not just for rugby. We got USHL junior hockey on there. We got ECHL. We got collegiate ice hockey. You guys know me. That's my other love. You guys, anybody that's followed my channel for a bit, you know I'm a big hockey guy. But yeah, so you can watch it and I can follow it, and I will hopefully do weekly updates for that and possibly do a couple of live coverages of the mighty Bulls from Pretoria, or I might even do some Lions games. People were like, hey, what's your background with that? So a Stormers follower for a while. Evan Etzebeth was there. Then I was a Lions guy. You had Faf de Klerk, Elton Yankees, which we will talk about in my Springbok video tomorrow. They went to a couple finals there. Remember the final in Wellington against the Hurricanes with Bowden Barrett, Artie Savea, Dan Coles, TJ Perenara. The list goes on and on and on. And they were able to get to the finals a couple times, just couldn't seal the deal against the Hurricanes and then later the Crusaders. So then it's like, geographically, I'm a Bulls fan. Now, I do remember the heyday with the Bulls. I remember the combo. We all remember it. Bakis Butta, Victor Matfield. Man. I don't think there's ever been a more fearsome locking combo in rugby history. Just the names, Matfield and Butta, like I can feel my back tensing up. Those guys were vicious. But, obviously now it's more of a Bulls fan. Gonna kind of try to cover a bit of the Lions. When the URC cracked off, this was kind of a culmination of a lot of things. So you had what was called the Pro 14, Top 14, which was going to be Irish teams, Scottish teams, Welsh teams, Irish teams, and a couple of teams from Italy. Well, when you had Super Rugby, at one point, you had 6 teams in South Africa. You had the 4 that still exist now, plus you had the Cheetahs and the Southern Kings. Well, when Super Rugby decided to contract a little bit, we lost the Western Force. Eventually, the Sun Wolves, Southern Kings, and the Cheetahs all kind of left. Well, Southern Kings and Cheetahs went and joined this Northern Hemisphere competition. That went on for a bit. COVID happened, and travel got really limited. You had internal versions of Super Rugby. You had Super Rugby Aotearoa, which was all New Zealand, Super Rugby AU, which was Australia, and I think Super Rugby Unlocked was the South African version of it. And when everything kind of started to resume, they decided that they no longer needed the South African teams or the Pumas, or the Jaguares, of Argentina. So it was a lot of rumors, hey, they're going to join the Northern Hemisphere. I I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I really wasn't keen on the idea. I felt like our best competition lie south of the equator. Much as I'm a much bigger fan of, obviously, the Rugby Championship over the Six Nations, I just felt like the level of competition was much better in the Southern Hemisphere. Now, did it piss me off every time we had games in New Zealand or Australia? Hell yeah. Those are horrible start times for me. That's like 12:30 at night or like 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. Horrible start times for me. And it just kind of got to the point where, like, obviously the dominance of the Crusaders, which has continued, and it just kind of felt like at the end of the day that we weren't really getting a fair shake. And then it was like, hey, look, we're going to join this Northern Hemisphere competition. And I still wasn't sold on it. Even when the game started, there were no games being held in South Africa because of the travel restrictions and the COVID restrictions. All the games were being held in the Northern Hemisphere. I didn't feel comfortable paying $150 to watch it. I'd catch occasional games online when people would repost them. I'd catch the highlights, and it just didn't really look all that good. And then eventually, probably about halfway through the season, the South African teams really woke up. And I mean, even the Lions were on a winning streak for a bit there, and they've perpetually been at the bottom of the table for a bit since their heyday. And probably about 75% through the season last year, I realized, damn, this is a really good competition. Now, obviously, the two final teams being South African teams, definitely helped in my love of it. But, like, I just felt like the level of competition was better. You had Dwayne Vermeulen leave the Bulls. He went to go play in a Northern Hemisphere team, same competition. And it was like, I felt like it equaled a little bit more. Yeah, you're going to see a lot more imports on those Northern Hemisphere teams as opposed to South African teams. But I just felt like the competition just got better as it went on, and then really towards the last quarter of the season there, it got to be like where I was trying everything I could to find games live because they were that entertaining to watch. And got to give a shout out to the guy that runs Bach Means, Austin. He's my friend on Facebook. He posted a video today on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, follow him. Austin Mac, I think, is what his screen name. Just type in Bach Memes, you'll find him. He was doing some interviews with fans, and he kind of was like, that was the general consensus, was at first nobody really liked it, and then at the end it was like, oh yeah, this is great. And I think also, I think it provides good revenue for SA Rugby, and also just good. It's good to have those international competitions. You've got two Italian teams, you've got the Welsh team, you got 4 Irish teams, couple of Scottish teams, and then the 4 South African teams. And it's really good competition. It's really good. You're getting to see solid guys playing, guys that have a lot of caps internationally, and it's just great, man. Like, it just ended up becoming like a good competition, and with it being carried on Flosports here, I'm even happier because that means I get to watch it and I get to follow along. We got round 1 cracking off this weekend. All the team, 18 rounds of rugby here. And I'm just excited. Right now, obviously, the South African teams are a little light on some of their guys because especially the Sharks, Cell C Sharks, official sponsor. They play there in Durban. One of my followers, oldest followers, great dude, Joshua, diehard Sharks fan. You guys are looking a little light there, eh, Josh? With all the guys on the Springboks, man. But that's kind of become like the cash cow team in South Africa. I've honestly heard all kinds of weird rumors about it, but the big one I've heard is that's actually being financed with American money. If so, you're buying what you can, and I mean, hey, we'll see what happens. I think Ibn Etzebeth is going there. But you get, like I said, all the big stars, predominantly South African. I'd say it's like 50-50. Half the guys go overseas, half the guys stay home and play. Unlike the All Blacks, where you have to stay at home and play. The Wallabies, you could play elsewhere. Everyone else you could seem to play elsewhere except for New Zealand. And they'll even make special exceptions for certain guys. But, yeah, just a great competition to get into. I know my South African followers are excited about this as well. Obviously, we got 2 more rounds of the Rugby Championship. Those Pumas await us. Michael Chika and the Pumas going 1-1 against the All Blacks and 1-1 against the Wallabies. Who else has done that? I guess everybody's done that in this tournament so far. But, big games. We've got tonight, 4:30 a.m., I'll probably get up in the morning as I'm getting ready for work, throw on the game a bit, as I'm getting ready to head to the office to catch the last bit of the All Blacks Wallabies game. I'm still calling it right now. I think the Wallabies bring home the blood is low to Australian soil. But yeah, just wanted to do a quick little video, talk about the URC, how awesome it is. I wish they were a partner on this channel. Hey, if anybody from the URC wants it and you want to have an American guy talk about your competition, hit me up, man. Come and hit me up, dude. I'd be more than happy to promote the URC here in America. But until then, man, like I said, we'll get the lineup for Los Pumas, and we will get, we've already got the lineup for the Springboks. We will do a video of that tomorrow. I've already got the flag up. You guys already see. Yes, I will be going live for Saturday for that game. It's a perfect start time, like 2 o'clock here in the afternoon. Perfect start time here. Get up, and if I could do a braai here in my apartments, I would do a braai. Have a few drinks and watch the game with you guys. But either way, I will be going live for that one, and I will see all you guys then. Cheers, guys.